The situation's FUBAR. I still can't reach JSOC on the secure channel. Must be another jammer. We need to find it and take it out. Until then, we're on our own. The highlighted area of the map is about 3 clicks up this valley. The sooner we are off this rock, the better.
Prophet! God damn it, Prophet! What the hell? Prophet, you read me? Come in, Prophet! Come in! Damn it!
Nomad, this is Major Strickland at OPCOM. We just lost your squad leader. Suit readings and location signal are negative. What the hell's going on down there?
Prophet is MIA. I repeat, Prophet is MIA. I've got 2 men down and something just grabbed Prophet. It dragged him into the jungle. He's gone.
I'm gonna pull you out of there, son. Sit tight and I'll get a bird down there to you ASAP.
Negative, sir. I can still complete. I've got intel on Rosenthal's location. He's being held at an excavation site somewhere near a Korean military base. I'm going after him.
It's your call, son. But our GPS system's being jammed. We can provide no tactical support at this time. If you can locate and disable the jammer, I'll run a satellite scan of the area and see if we can locate that excavation site.
Copy, Major. Much appreciated.
What's up, ladies and gents? Welcome back. I'm your host, Infiltrating 1, some more Crysis Remastered. First thing is I gotta say is this game is not very well optimized at all. You're gonna see a lot of weird stuff in this chapter, in this mission, which is called RELIC. Very fun. These missions are technically huge and could literally take you hours of exploring if you're going through every single enemy. Or you can go like straight through on a path of knowing where you're going, and you could do a mission that would take you like an hour to get through. It would take you like 23 minutes to get through. So pretty much we're going to be going straight through, stealthing where we can, fighting where we need to, but there's just something about this remastered edition that's just not sitting right with me so far. The game, it runs okay, but when you're recording, because of the hitches that it does, when the game, like right there, like every time it loads into a new area, it's screwing everything up. So like when the game actually loads into the cinema that plays at the very beginning of every mission, when I'm recording, it splits my audio and my video into so they're not matched, right? And that just creates a huge hassle when I have to try to put it back together, because for some reason the audio gets separated from the video and it's off. And that's all because in the very beginning when you're loading into the game, the whole game freezes. And then all of a sudden it plays, and then it's choppy, 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 and then the cinema starts. So because of that little, you know, whatever's going on there, bad optimization, it just creates more work for me, and you're going to see some amazing pop-in later on in this mission. It's still really fun to play, and I definitely recommend playing at least the original Crysis. Definitely play that. I mean, that's an amazing game. But Crytek, I don't know what's going on, but this remaster is not, it's not running as awesome and amazing that I would hope a game in 2020 would be able to, especially if they're going to, I mean, this is such a classic game. You would think they put a lot of effort into the remaster, but I'm still having fun, and I hope you guys are as well. I've always wanted to play this, so we're going to keep it going and keep it going strong. So we need to do this secondary objective. You don't have to do this, but doing this just allows us to turn this off so that way we can know where our main objective is.
We got our GPS system online. Satellite recon indicates a North Korean compound close to the river. Transmitting the coordinates now. We'll scan the area for your excavation site.
You're going to see me skip ahead a few places too, just kind of going in between some of the cannon fodder or whatever that you got to go through, like when you're driving, because these levels are very, very huge. So what you want to do now is pretty much get into a vehicle, and then once you get into a vehicle, then you can make your way to the next area. If you don't know where you're going at all and you have never played this mission before, you're going to get lost, because you're going to think you need to take this road when actually that's going to lead you down a dead end, or it's going to lead you back around the other way. So make sure that when you come out of here on this road, take you right here and do not follow this path on the left. You barely saw it because it just skipped ahead because I followed the path on the left and then I had to come all the way back around.
Keep your eyes peeled.
Now up ahead, there's two ways you can go. You can actually get off your vehicle here, go into the water and head to the left. You're also going to be coming back around this way later on in the mission too. Or you can just follow the path. It's actually better to follow the path until you get past the bridge. All the way up here. And then right where you're going to see me get out of the vehicle and stop, that is where you should stop. There is going to be a vehicle up ahead that will kind of just give your whole presence in the area away, and we don't want that to happen. So get out here, and as you can see it, you can make your way along the left side. And if you do that, then you're able to sneak into a back way into the actual base. Now, of course, from what I've found, there's literally no reason to stealth any of this at all. The combat is, at least on normal, obviously if you're playing on Delta mode, the combat's going to be a lot more difficult than it is. But if you're good at managing your armor, managing your stealth, and managing your ammo and your different weapons, then you're going to have no problem getting through at least, you know, these first few missions very, very easily. As you can see, we can sneak by these guys, and we're going to take this path up by this vehicle up ahead, this rusted down vehicle. And as I said before, there's that little area down there in the riverboat. You can, believe it or not, climbs up those mountains and around the other side and come back. It's tough to do, but you can do that as well, but you're going to have a vehicle that will try to shoot at you.
We're planning an assault on the island. Any intel you can gather would be a great help. It's heavily fortified, so look for a quiet way in.
There's a helicopter that guards the area down there in the river. So if you do go that way, you do have a helicopter that is going to be chasing you, and you'll have to kind of figure a way around that. You're going to take out the, or you're going to deal with the helicopter later on, but if you just don't want to have to mess with that, then follow the route that I did and then take this little route here. And of course, the rest of this right here is going to be just a lot of sneaking in as much as possible. Again, I'll do a little bit of sneaking, a little bit of action, because there's no indicators. Well, there is an indicator that tells you if you're seen or not, but it happens so quick, you don't have a lot of time to, like, kind of react to yourself. There's no, like, we've been spoiled with games today where there's a meter that shows up above an enemy's head or something. It tells you if you're about to be seen. No, you get a little meter on the bottom left of your screen, and it just fills up immediately. They know where you are. But if you go into cloak, you're usually pretty good at that point. So there are going to be instances where you're not going to know an enemy is around a corner, because enemies don't automatically just show up. You actually have to use your binoculars, and then you have to tag them. Also, there has to be, you know, a signal jammer that is taken out in order to be able to see the enemies on the radar, if that makes a lot of sense. So as you can see, we can see two enemies on the right. We know where they are. We've seen them. But all the enemies that are inside this base, which there is quite a few that you're not really seeing right now, you don't see because you haven't used your binoculars. I like that. I think that that does make it a lot more challenging. However, because of the abilities we have, I mean, it's not too tough. And at this point, we're going to go ahead and get this main objective, and then we're going to have a bunch of people come at us, and then we'll kind of make our escape. You definitely want to heed his advice, because it is a long trek to where you're going, and if you're trying to do it without a vehicle, then it's going to be really tough. I don't know if you can actually take that helicopter. That would be pretty cool if you could go up to it and hijack it, but I doubt that you could do that. So what you're going to want to do is just get on the other side of this little ravine wall that's on our right. There's going to be a nice, conveniently placed vehicle for us to take into the next section. And the next section is going to be definitely more action-oriented. And just because an enemy sees you doesn't mean you're in danger or they're going to hit you or something like that. As long as you're quick-witted, you can get out of most situations. But I do like to kind of calm myself and take my time. We are, like I said, we're completing the missions pretty fast, going through getting one objective to the other, while still doing, you know, some of the side missions or objectives. But because we're bypassing so many guards or so many enemies, because it's not really that difficult to do, yeah, you can pretty much complete these pretty quick. So we're going to jump on this other side here, and as you'll see, there's a nice, conveniently placed vehicle for us that the North Koreans left, knowing that Center Strain was going to be coming by. Just follow the road, do exactly what he says. But then again, if you're more into action and you want to have just loads and loads of fun of doing it your own way, of course, stop at all these checkpoints and take out all the enemies and enjoy the beautifulness of a remastered, you know, video game. I do believe that they're going to hopefully do some updates to the game, because there is a lot of stuff they need to do. A lot of weird pop-ins and just stuttering and things like that. That I know it's not my card, per se, that it's also the optimization in the game itself. But every time you see that stuttering like that, that is because literally a section of the game is being loaded in.
Copy, Nomad. Infiltrate the research dome and get Rosenthal out of there. I'll scramble a VTOL to pull you out.
So let's get into some action here. You guys can see some more of the combat. Again, you have that regenerative health, which obviously on the higher difficulties isn't going to be as forgiving. This does kind of motivate me to want to play Crysis 2 and 3 again. I believe I have a Crysis 3 walkthrough on the channel, but I can't remember if I ever did 2. Now, Crysis 3, I remember doing a lot of stealth. I stealthed almost that entire thing. That every pretty much section that you could stealth, I stealthed in. Now, one of the things that I haven't showed off yet is the fact that you can use your fists. You can grab enemies, and then you can throw them, like, you know, so far away, which is always a fun technique to use, but hasn't really come up, or need for it to come up in my playthrough so far. At this point, we can just bypass the rest of the enemies. We're back in stealth mode. No one is the wiser. And we can head to our first main objective here, which is to find one of the researchers.
Energy critical.
I always like to try to get out of places that I could easily be seen when I need to recharge my stealth. Everything is pretty much interactable. You can pick up, every time I see pick up or something, I think it's something off the ground or collectible or a weapon ammo. But no, you can literally pick up anything because of your suit allows you to be, like, very strong. That guy over there, CS, he's in the tower, but it's totally fine.
What the fuck?
All right, enjoy the cutscene, and we'll be back right after.
General Kyong, listen to me. I'm picking up some very strange readings. We need to know what we're dealing with here before we go on.
I'm tired of these delays. You're never this cautious with any of the other forces. I know what happened in the Hindenburg.
That was different. The other samples, the Afghan artifacts, the Siberian, they were all fragments. This is the first intact specimen we've ever found. We have to proceed with caution.
There is no time, Doctor. The Americans are already on the island.
I'm not concerned with your diplomatic maneuverings, General.
You should be. Your Pentagon will militarize this project. Do you really think they will allow you the same latitude we have?
I understand. I just need a little more time. My scan is almost complete.
This temple is our only concern. I'm not interested in your fossil, Doctor.
Not just a fossil. A fossilized carbon-based machine. A machine that predates man by 2 million years.
That doesn't matter now. This temple is the source
Temple? Good God, man, we don't even know what that thing is. If you open it, there's no telling what could happen. Hold on. The first images are coming through. What the? That can't be. There's something moving. But that's impossible. My God! Kyung! You have to stop what you're doing! It's too dangerous! You have no idea what's inside!
Dad, what's wrong?
Helena! You have to stop him! You have to get out of there now! They're still alive!
Who's alive? What are you talking about?
The fossil! It's still alive! It's... Oh, God!
Dad, we're picking up a microwave burst transmission from your area. What did you do?
Get out of there now! What the... Who are you?
U.S. Special Forces. We need to get out of here.
Thank God! Kyung has my team, my daughter, up at the mine in the mountains. You have to get to them. I think we've made a terrible mistake. What have I done?
Nomad, we're picking up a massive energy spike from the center of the island. What in the hell just happened out there, son?
Rosenthal's dead. His discovery just turned this whole place into an ice cube. They found another relic up in the mountains, a bigger one. I need to get up there fast.
Your bird's on its way, son. We identified a safe LZ a few clicks down the river. You better grab yourself a boat and head down there. I'm seeing heavy reinforcements headed your way. All ass, kid. It's gonna get rough out there.
All right, so now we're going to transition until nighttime. Our main objective right now is to pretty much get a boat and head over to the extraction point. However, we're going to be pretty much going back through some of the areas that we went through already, except this time we're going to be heading through the riverside with the boat. The area that I told you that you could actually infiltrate through, we're going to be going back, if that makes any sense. So even if you don't know what you're doing, this part is not too difficult. All you need to do is make sure that you get through it as fast as possible. My recommendation is not to shoot too much with the boat. Don't worry about enemies too much. Just try to take out whatever is directly in your path and kind of move left and right when you're in the boat. Otherwise, you can be taken out pretty quick in the boat itself because you have a helicopter that is firing at you, as well as a bunch of enemies that are in boats themselves or on the shorelines kind of taking pop shots at you. You're going to have a few enemies that you're going to have to take out here. You could stealth by them. But again, you really want to do your due diligence and always use your binoculars because see, all the enemies look like they're over there, but there's actually a few here just straight ahead, but we can take them out. It's not too bad. And we're going to jump all the way over to the seaside, or the riverside, and then sneak in to grab the boat, and then we can continue on. Now we do have, I don't know if I'd really call it a mini boss fight up ahead, but we have a new group of enemies that have some of the same abilities that I do. Being able to cloak, some extra armor. So you will have to take them out kind of in like a mini boss battle arena, except this is the worst arena I've ever seen in a video game because the game just kept popping in. You're going to see a cut, but that's literally the game popping in. It's the most... It's crazy. Should hear the helicopter. Just quickly get out of here. Don't dawdle. I know it's tempting to try to take the helicopter out, but it can take you out pretty quick, and you don't really have a good line of sight on it because of the darkness and everything else. So, shoot, move, communicate. Is that what we say in the military? Graciously enough, you do have a good checkpoint up ahead. And even if you are almost dead, you will reset your health to 50%, which is a great thing. Because you could get stuck at a save where you have like 98%, you're almost dead, and then, you know, you're stuck at that level.
Nomad, we got the hostage out safe, and your limey friends heading back into the field. Any news on the rest of the research team? Your limey friends heading back into the field. Any news on the rest of the research team? Makes sense. Massive KPA killed up in that area, headed your way. Whatever they're hiding up there, they sure don't want us getting close.
At this point, you're going to want to go ahead and get out because you still have that helicopter firing at you all the way until you get over to here. Now, you could stay on the boat and then try to take it out, but it can shoot the boat very quickly, so just keep going because you're almost at your objective, and then we have one more section left here. Now, this is what I was talking about. Everything looks like there's nothing here, right? It looks like that's just open. You see something floating. That's not open. Watch. It just loads in. Everything just, like, completely loads, and I'm just so amazed at the unoptimization so far.
Stand by for extraction. Over.
The LZ's still hot. Repeat, LZ is hot.
Can't land until that area is secure. Nomad, clear them out.
Alright, so you'll see these are the enemies that I was talking about. Unfortunately, we don't have a very good selection of weapons right now as far as ammo-wise, or else I would take them out a lot quicker. But you're going to see that we're going to use our binoculars, and you can tell where some of them are. And then he's cloaked again. I think there's a total of like 4 or 5 that you need to take out.
Engaged.
Strickland, you copy? I think these guys have nanosuits.
Well, I'll be damned. They aren't supposed to have that technology yet.
If it's any consolation, they look like cheap knockoffs.
Shotgun from that far away isn't going to do dang thing, kids. Remember that. Unless it's the AI shooting at you.
Armor. Engaged.
Nomad, we're still seeing movement down there.
I'm working on it.
There you go. All of them are taken out, and we can exfiltrate. And that's going to be the end of this mission, so...
Vulture, this is Nomad.
Yeah.
Area seems clear.
Copy, Nomad. Stand by. I'm bringing her down.
hopefully they'll have some of these bugs ironed out. I mean, I understand that they happen,
We're waiting for a green
but...
light on a full-scale assault.
you've already released a
Recon
Switch
is underway
version.
and we're assembling troops offshore. Once
Why
you
is
meet
these
up with
things
our
happening
boys,
in
we'll
this
be
game?
dropping you right in the thick of it. Hope you're ready for war, son.
Roger.
Sometimes I would say, maybe I just have a crappy card, but I don't have a crappy card, and it's in 1440, so it's not even in 4K, and I'm getting over 60 frames most of the time, except for when it just dips because of loading or things are popping in. Other than that, though, I'm really having fun playing this game, and I just wish I played it a lot sooner, so thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you all enjoy, and I will see you on the next mission. Peace out.
Welcome aboard, sir.
All right, Nomad. Living up to your name, I see.
You heard about Prophet.
I'm actually gonna miss the bastard. You believe this mess?
Looks like Jester wasn't so crazy after all.
Amen to that.